Hey, Rob here. I'm going to run through how to get started with LlamaFarm. So first you got to download the CLI. And after you do that, you just got to do a LF init. That's going to start your containers. And it's also going to create this nifty llamafarm.yaml file. And what's inside of here is everything that is going to be used to run this entire project. It's going to have everything for reg. It's going to have everything for the models. It's going to have all the prompts. Everything is built into this YAML. So it's very declarative, and really everything we do is trying to be as declarative as possible because we want to have reuse as easy as possible and be able to ship this to different environments. So here we have a very simple database. I'm using ChromaStore because this is just a demo. We have embedding strategies, as you can see, retrieval strategies to get information out of a reg database. You might want to do data processing strategies. This is how your raw data, be it PDF, text, CSV, or what have you, Markdown, is turned into actual vectors. So everything is in that default that's created for you. But again, you can go in here and change any value you want. It's very, very schema driven, so you can check out the schema and change up the values all depending on what's happening. We have a concept called data sets, and I'll show you more about this, but a data set is a combination of three things. It is data that you want to be processed in a certain way and then put in a certain place. So in this case, it's not inside of reg, so we want it to be put into a database called main database in this case, and we want to process it through the only strategy we have above, the universal processor. But you can have different types of data run through different processors. So you can have something that is very, very good at a very particular type of PDF. Maybe it's medical PDFs. And you want to actually parse that in a very particular way. And you want to put it into a separate reg database you only call in certain instances with a certain type of agents. You're going to make that very simple to do. And then finally, we have runtime. So I'm going to run through each of these elements here pretty quickly. So after you get the LF inits and everything is up and running, you can actually start chatting with your project right away. So I can do LF chats. And in this case, I'm going to be using, we have this chat here for Ollama. I can kind of show you the different chats. So we have a Ollama chat that is just going to use Gemma. So I can say, like, what is the capital of France? And it'll come back pretty fast. The other cool thing is that I can actually change my model, and I actually have Lemonade running here. So this is optional. You got to actually pull down the repo to do this. It's a very simple command to do it. It's just nx start Lemonade, and we actually have Lemonade running two different models here, which I think is pretty neat because what you can do with this now is, if I can find that window I was just in, is I can toggle over to it. So now I'm chatting with Quen3, and I can, and it's actually keeping the context alive. So I can just say, what else is there? And it should be able to take that context, pass it over to a new model, and it gives you more information. So now I'm using Quen3 as my model. I'm going to move over to an even a different model, Control K again. So I'm going to move over to Quen 2.5. This is actually a visual model. We don't have all the plumbing typed in for visual, but it'll still work for this. What are some foods there? And again, I don't have to give all the context because it knows it in this chat. And again, everything that we run also is available via a OpenAI compliant spec. So you can just hit the endpoints and make that very fast and easy. So everything here is working well. But let's say I want to add some reg to this. So I can go over here to I'll just shut this down, and then I can go create a new data set. So I'm going to create a new data set here. We'll call it data demo 5. I'm doing this all day. Run that. It takes a few seconds. It's going to create a new data set. It actually creates it in the YAML, and that's brought into the server. And then I can update that with new data. So I can actually ingest data, or I'm going to ingest data here. Ingest those research papers above. I just have to choose where to ingest it to. So I'm going to go to demo 5 again. All right, it's uploading those files. And again, if we look up here into demo 5, you're going to see it's doing that in real time. And then we have all the data we need to process it. So I'm going to process that data. Wait a few seconds, and here we go. So there were simple text files. So we got it all in here. They were skipped because we've already embedded into this database the same files. It has smart embedding, so you're not going to embed the same thing twice. And then I'm going to show you that it worked by doing a reg query, so we can query just the database and see what would come up. This is all set in the config as well. So we're going to see what it returns, and you can see that it returns top 5 results. This is just a simple lookup, and you can see the papers that were in there, and of course there's more text here, just kind of truncates it a little bit. So yeah, that's what this returns. Now we can actually chat with the data, which is kind of neat. So when you just do a LF chat and there's an embedding, basic LF chat will call the brag and then send it to the LLM. So this is going to go to your default model. And as you can see here in the server, it's retrieving rag. We can see it right there. So it's retrieving the reg information and then sending it into the model, and the model is turning it into something that is cool and human readable. So in response to that chat, you can see what is fine tuning, and it gives a really good response. It's given it as markdown. So well, whatever process you want can be running that as well. Something worth noting, I didn't show this off, but everything is also wrapped in an open AI compliant API. So you can hit the actual endpoints for all these different models and quickly be able to utilize them in your project. So here I'm going back to our model that we had earlier, and I'm going to actually run a reg query. But first, that farmer you just saw there, we can do some pretty cool stuff there. You can actually ask some questions about LlamaFarm and give you some good answers. So here I'm going to clear chat history, so I don't have anything about France in there anymore. And I'm going to simply ask a question, and you're going to see a very similar response, because it should be pretty similar because I'm using the same model and it's the same reg data. So you can see that it's coming back pretty similar. There's some small changes there, but overall it's pretty similar. And that is LlamaFarm. You can get started with LF init. You can start chatting with your project with LF start or LF chats. You can get everything up and running in the dataset area with LF datasets. And if you get lost at all, please use LF help. And we have a pretty extensive area there. We have documentation. We have the getting started in the README. It's part of the repository. And if you have any questions outside of that, we have the Discord channel. So please look it up and let us know what you think. Thank you.